Hello, Idol fans. Episode 6, the final audition episode ever of American Idol. So this is it. After tonight, we should have seen everybody who has a chance to be crowned the final and hopefully the most successful, or at least second most successful, or at least really respectable amount of success for this final Idol. So again, I think that we're seeing some variety. We're seeing some stereotypes. We're going to see some more tonight. But at the same time, I think there are definitely some really interesting potential contestants. So let's jump right in and start off. And here's what I'm going to say about tonight. There are definitely some really good performers. I see some that have a lot of depth, a lot of potential. But I also see that it would be fun to take, after this final episode, I'm going to do a quick little review of who I think the ones to look at during Hollywood Week. And everything can change, in a heartbeat over there. But just going in, I think it's fun to figure out who we think has the most potential. What is potential talent? It's like, can we see somebody that's got something really special inside? Let's see if someone shows that tonight. Okay, so we get right into things.
Mom was 5 months pregnant when she was.
Jessica Cabral from Brazil, Brazilian roots.
Part of my family.
She's born
they
here.
They were touring when I was growing up, so it was really cool.
Let me just say,
I grew up in that environment, listening to them.
She absolutely is fantastic.
It's been a really long road for my family.
And I think, as far as just quality of voice, I mean, she's like ready to go record as a studio voice. You could hear her doing Disney films, soundtracks. I mean, she's got a phenomenal voice. Very beautiful, centered, pure tone. Fantastic.
It's taken a lot to get here, and I hope that this is my opportunity to.
It's worth listening to this just to refresh your memory. Another thing I've done is I put a playlist now that's going to have links to everybody.
You look surprised, your words don't burn me in. I'm meaning to tell you, but I guess it's clear to see. Don't be mad, it's just a brand new kind of me.
Really good emotional choreography. Beautiful tone.
Took a brave girl to try. Taking one too many excuses and one too many lies. Don't be surprised.
Beautiful dynamics.
Don't be surprised.
Beautiful.
Don't be mad. It's just a brand new kind of me.
Beautiful vibrato. I mean, she's a really good singer. I really like what she's doing.
Low tone voice that we don't get to hear all this.
Again,
yeah, your voice was so beautiful.
One of my
concerns. And your control was really good.
I liked it.
I wanted to see.
One of my concerns about her is that, again, we've got another church worship leader type person, and I don't know why, but it's not often that they seem to make it through Hollywood Week. So let's see how things go. I think she is absolutely one of the best voices we've heard of all 6 episodes. So is she someone to keep an eye on? I think so. Again, let's see what happens on Hollywood Week. I really like her voice. I really like her musicianship. There's a lot of depth, a lot of emotion coming out of her. I want to hear more. Okay, now as far as tonight goes, there are a few people that I'm just going to kind of brush over with all due respect, but we just don't need to spend a lot of time. For example, after Jessica Cabral, we've got some guy that at first seems interesting. He's this, the cowboy sharpshooter contest winner, but then the belly dancing thing was just too much for me to handle. Sorry, folks. I hope I don't offend anybody, but let's move on. Okay, so next up, we have Brian Dale Brown. And with all due respect, okay, this guy's tried 10 times in the past. And this is one of those things, if you want to watch this audition, I don't recommend you spend any time listening to it, because this guy is missing everything that matters. This is an example of a two-dimensional performance where there's a lot of dramatic effects, but there's no emotional thread behind it. It's really weird, and it's kind of awkward, and I feel bad because the guy seems really funny and good personality and everything.
Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah.
But here he goes.
Whoa, my love,
It just doesn't fit.
darling, I'm hungry for your touch.
That's way too much intensity for this song. It just is completely mismatched, and I thought the judges were mocking him, and I thought they were kidding. Musically that was cool, but it isn't musical. It's cool. It's more like some cool calisthenics. It's a couple licks, but it doesn't tie together well. There's no way this guy's gonna make it through Hollywood Week. Anyone want to bet me $100? Just send me an email. I'll bet you. This guy's not gonna make it. He does not. He has like loud, medium, and soft. He doesn't have any in-betweens, and he just doesn't understand the emotional shape of a song.
Just how you performed it really.
If we contrast this to Jessica before, okay, let's talk about what I'm talking that she did so well that he doesn't do. Okay, there's an emotional shape to the phrase. When she was telling her, she was singing her song, and it was a story, and you could follow it emotionally. Everything matched up. This guy's just acting some dramatic elements into the song that have nothing to do with the song. So, not believable at all. I'm still in shock that the producers wanted this guy to go through, because I know the judges didn't. Now, moving right along. I don't want to spend any time with our Gina Baez, lips are moving with her little dog in the matching outfit. That's more than I wanted to say about it. All right, let's move on to somebody that really is interesting and worth talking about, and that is Melanie Huber. And not only does she have a touching story, but she's actually really got some. There's something in her that needs to come out musically, that's to share with people, and I felt it just in her audition. So there's a lot to her musicianship. She's very genuine, believable, real, and when you go through what she must have experienced, and just having to deal with that as a teenager, and to come out of it this strong and with this much just genuineness to her. I love the feeling I get from her. So I want her to do well. The question is, what do we need to do to get her to do well? Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull her up. Okay, here we go. The thing about her is, it's more than her
The next
story.
contestant, her biggest battle is already behind her.
I'm Melanie Huber. I'm 17 years old, and I'm from Livonia, Michigan. About 5 months ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
After the first couple of rounds of chemo, she was sick, really, really sick.
Okay, anyone that's not
And
pulling
she
for
couldn't
this
walk
girl,
or eat her.
again, doesn't have a heart.
And it's
So,
tearing us
we're
up.
hoping she's good and that she's got something that we can root for,
Having a
right?
positive outlook on everything helps
She's
me
got
get through
the
it.
perfect
for sure.
story.
We finally are cancer-free.
She has recovered. How amazing is that?
New perspective on things, as long as it's
And now to
something I
come
wanna
out
do,
and have this
I'm gonna go for it.
this forum
That's
that
why
she
I'm
can
here
share
today.
how she feels. This is really cool. So let's see how she does.
So, what are you planning on singing for?
Talking to the moon by Grandma's.
Okay, great.
I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I want you back. I want you back.
Nothing
Some
fancy.
niggas think I'm crazy. They don't understand. You're all I have. You're all I have. At night when the stars light up my room,
Again,
I see if I'm worth
she's good. I don't know if she's got enough. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have enough, unfortunately, but I really like what she's doing.
Can't hold you on the other side, talking to me too.
She sounds young still,
When they sing, we're always trying to do that.
but you know, we gotta root for her and hope she does okay. So, come Hollywood Week, it's gonna be brutal for her.
Very close to my heart.
Not sure she's gonna make it through, but like I said, I'd really love to see her do well. But I'm not gonna put her as a front runner by any means. I don't think she's gonna make it through Hollywood Week. Okay. Next up, we've got
My name is Rachel Corinne.
the three gals with their backup
My name is
guitarists.
Caroline. This is my brother Brendan. Hello. Hi, sweetie.
Brother, father, and grandfather.
Bianca Espinal, and this is my dad, Carlos. There's a lot of dads.
So we've got a couple Latinas,
All right, we're ready when you're ready.
Bianca and Rachel Corinne, both.
Well, back in 1876, an old boy named Bell invented a contraption that we know so well.
And we perform today.
Very young sounding, and she looks familiar. I don't know if she's been on another show, but I think I've seen her somewhere.
And I want to talk about it. That's
And
our way of
she is good, but she sings young.
Heard from you, why haven't I heard from you? Every day.
And then here again, really nice style.
Me and my brother have been writing, performing together
Her
for a long
phrasing,
time.
articulation.
I have a tendency to kind of look over at him because he is kind of like a
Is
security
really
blanket to me.
nice.
And I unaware.
Oh my god, this is so nerve-wracking.
And then we have our third contestant who
It's like
gets a little nervous, but once she starts going,
I've been blanking out. I don't. This has never
sounds
happened
really good.
before. I sing this on the subway all the time. I can't.
So the important thing is, I see why all three of these gals went through. They definitely have a solid sound. They definitely have a pro sound.
You can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug.
My dad is my best friend.
I don't know
and
how
the
her
person who has
accuracy and
inspired me
control
for
is,
my whole
though.
life. Without him, I don't think
Her
I
confidence
would have started
definitely is a
singing at
little
all.
If you say
uncertain.
what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
Okay, that seemed a little hard for her to hit those notes. I've met with a lot of singers that sing like that, and we have to help them learn how to hit those high notes softly and hold them, sustain them instead of. It seems like they're really working hard to hit those high notes, and sometimes when they try to hit them, it's hard for them to find the center of the pitch. They sound flat.
Yes, me too.
But anyway, I agree all three of them should have gone through. They're better than most that they have sent through. Especially that Brian Dale Brown guy. So, these are all easy calls. I agree they should go through, no problem. And you know, that girl's dad's gotta love that hug from J-Lo. So anyway, at this point, I think we've got a couple really interesting people coming up. Let's move right on to. We're gonna skip a couple people here, okay? We're not gonna waste time with the Kelly Clarkson fan and some behind the scenes stuff. Let's just get right into someone who's really special, I think. Let's see what you think.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm ecstatic. I'm great.
So
good.
So, tell us about yourself. What's your name?
My name is China Sherrod. I'm
Okay.
16. I'm from Connecticut. I know you're from Connecticut. Represent.
Yeah.
How do you represent Connecticut? Like,
All right, so
I know.
just down in
again, another 16-year-old that there's no way she seems like she could be 16.
I live on the street. Okay.
She's got some real good musicianship, even just the way she's playing her
One
guitar.
last time by Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Nice pulse.
And I know, and I know, and I know she gives you everything. Boy, I couldn't give it to you. And I know, and I know, and I know that you got everything. I've got nothing here without you. Baby, I don't care if you got hurt or
Her phrasing is beautiful.
all I really care is you wake up in my arms.
Pure emotion.
So one last time, I need to be
She's thinking about the words.
one who takes you home.
That's how you, that was beautiful.
Very beautiful.
So for 16 years old to understand the song emotionally,
Don't take yourself too seriously.
you know, here's something important. When you think about the elements of the song, she obviously knew the words, she obviously knew the melody, and what was nice is on the harmony, when she's playing the guitar, her pocket, her groove was really nice, very, very solid. So there was a nice flow, a nice pulse to it. And so it was nice as she created this basically an environment, a musical environment where she kind of set up with the guitar what the pulse and flow was going to be. So she kind of, it's like she started the tape that was going to start sending this emotional message to you. Okay, and again, I think she was brilliant. You know, that was subtle. You know, it wasn't like there was anything incredibly technical, but the way she shaped her melody lines, the way she told the story, was kind of like that Jessica Cabral, the first person from tonight. Both of them have the same ability, which puts them into a different league from most of what we've been hearing so far tonight. And that is, they're telling the story and they're carrying out the emotion to the full value. They're really getting these moments that they're maximizing the emotional value out of. So see if you understand what I'm saying by what she's doing here. And I'm gonna just play it again because it's that good of an example of what I'm talking about here. And this is something that I think is key for anyone moving forward. And I think we are going to see a lot more of this. You know, there are a lot of good emoters in this current group of potential contestants. And I'd like to see, again, this is where their musical depth, this is where the real musicianship comes out. So again, for 16-year-olds to be able to do this is unbelievable to me. And there's several, as we know, 15 and 16-year-olds that really have some potential. So let's see what she does again. Here we go.
Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Here we go.
And I know, and I know, and I know she gives you everything. Boy, I couldn't give it to you. And I know, and I know, and I know that you got everything. I've got nothing here without you. Baby, I don't care if you got hurt or all I really care is you wake up in my arms. So one last time, I need to be the one who takes you home.
Okay, now what I want to say here is,
Very nice. Very beautiful.
okay, here,
You sing like you are.
here's what she did that was so cool. Okay, her body language, her facial expressions, everything matched. Everything Okay, that's what I call choreography, and that's like in multiple facets. Okay, the first part of the choreography is just understanding the song, the melody, you know. Whatever the form of the melody is. And understanding that the emotion kind of follows the shape of the melody. When the melody goes up, you know, you notice that she kind of lifts with it. It's like she raises her face as the line goes up, then as it comes back down. So you could see, as well as hear and feel, everything that she was doing in that song. Okay, so as far as performance-wise, I would give that, you know, a 9 point something. You know, to me, she did everything that you're supposed to do. Now, also think about her guitar work. It was subtle, but it was perfect. Listen, you know, again, I'm not going to do it now, but go, if you want to really learn a little bit about music, listen to what she does on the guitar and how she balances that with these other things that we've been talking about. So again, great example of a fantastic musician. Now, sadly, as much as I think she's a great musician, I don't know how she's going to do in this. Image-wise, you know, it's going to be tough for her. What is she going to do? How's she going to handle everything? I really would love to see her do well. She deserves it. Let's just see, though, if America can support her. Okay, our next contestant, a sweetheart, but you know what? The show, again, is letting me down here. Okay, they're casting, they want someone fun and interesting. They want to appeal to the Kelly Pickler fans out there, Dolly Parton fans. This girl's like a very young Kelly Pickler, Dolly Parton type. And yeah, she's definitely for real. Anyone that can hang with 11,000 chickens, you got to be pretty authentic to pull that off. The only problem is, this is just very average. Not very strong. You know, the playing, the singing, it's just very mediocre, very average. So as sweet as she is and fun, there's not enough musical talent in there. And this does go against the very premise that Harry has put out there about what the show's supposed to be looking for. So again, the producers must really like her. The fact they like her song, come on.
That's what worried me. It was your song, and in the beginning,
this is
the
not,
melody,
this just doesn't work for me. This is more what I was thinking. I think the judges aren't able to say what they really feel here. The producers are making the call, and sometimes that's how it goes, okay? But let's just move on here, okay? I just don't want to spend much more time. Okay, so this leads us to a guy who is a nice guy. Casey Haynes. And that's great that he's a nice guy. The problem, though, is that he sounds almost identical to Nick from last year. There's no way this guy's going anywhere. There's no way.
People who are born with music living in their soul. I feel
And
like I'm one of those people.
this guy's a little presumptuous saying music living in his soul. I mean, we all have music living in our soul.
I took a couple of wrong turns. That was experimenting with
The main
drugs.
thing
It
is,
started out as
how
fun,
good is
and
your
then
music?
It totally became a bigger beast.
So I want this guy to be good.
The drug really controls
And he's
your
good,
life.
like I say, don't get me
You start to
wrong.
lose
The
everything.
problem
You
is,
start to lose confidence.
there's no way they're going to take another risk
Become a person you never
on another
desired
Lita-wise,
to be.
you know, Chris. I mean, there's like 4 guys that have been like this that haven't really done much. You know, Daughtry's the only one that's done
For
something.
me, has been incredible.
But
My
this
first
guy
day
sounds
waking
just
up
like
sober
Nick.
was
There's no way
to
this
write a
guy's
song.
going
You know,
anywhere
it was
with
like
all
a
due
lot of
respect.
positive feelings that were
So,
just dying to come
like
to
I
the
say,
surface.
good story.
I've now been sober for almost a year. I feel
I
that
want him
American
to be
Idol
good,
is my
but
greatest opportunity
he's
to be
just not as good as he needs to
after
be.
the things that I've
Okay,
gone through,
I'll
and
I'll
this is
listen
my
to a little
chance
bit of
to
this, but I
really
don't want to give
live
this
the
guy
life
more
that I've
credit
always
than he
dreamed of.
deserves. And I'm very strongly opinionated about this guy not being strong enough.
I need to breathe.
Here we go.
Face down in the desert now. There's a cage locked around my heart. Found a way to drop the keys when my failures were
Sounds just like Nick.
can't reach that far. I am not meant for rivalry. I can never take the world alone. In my weakness, I am strong, but it's your love that brings me home. So brother, let me be your shelter. I'll never leave you alone.
He's really good, don't get me wrong. But he's not unique enough, and he's not marketable enough. This isn't what they're looking for, I'm just saying. He's really good, don't get me wrong. I think he's really
I
good.
like everything that's going on.
But
you know,
he's not strong
like
enough, and I
you
found
were
it
singing from
interesting
experience, singing from
that
something
Keith
that
Urban
has
said what he
happened, you
did,
know what I
because
mean?
I
And
totally
that
agree
always
with him.
makes for a great performer and performance.
For me, I was just lacking the power from your
So
voice. It
I'm
just
going to
felt-
agree with Keith here.
It didn't come together.
And
could
like I
see
say,
that working
his
back
biggest
onto
problem
the
is
key
he's
of the
he's
solo
not
song.
going to be
It
memorable
wasn't
enough. He's forgettable. He's too much like guys that haven't done well, that have already won the show. So with that being said, let's move on to our next contestant, Colette Lush. And let me find her. Here we
Sometimes
go.
you sound a little.
Okay, now, let me just say with her, this is an example of what I run into a lot.
Audition next was Colette Lush.
And what it is, it's really pretty cute, bubbly girls that are really good. But listen to what she does that drives me nuts. And this is one of the problems I fix a lot. And that is, it's girls that they don't really understand that they're not just performing a song. What they need to do is, okay, here's this is like audition strategy 101 stuff. One of the first things I notice is when people try to get bluesy or soulful or jazzy. That means you need to feel and hear the track in your head and in your body, in addition to whatever the melody is. Which means you've got to take into consideration the instrumental moments and the rests and things like that. And what happens is you'll see these girls come in and they'll prepare the song, and the time keeps changing. The feel and the time of the song keep changing, like phrase to phrase. So they're like patching together these licks instead of tying it all together and telling one story. Okay, now this is something that I guess it's part of it's part of the process. You learn it over time, and it's not intuitive for everybody. That's what I've realized. You know, I guess one thing that's been interesting is there are things that may not have been as difficult for me to understand when I was learning them, and maybe even like other people I've played with. But when I've tried to help other people learn this stuff, I've been surprised that these are problems, and that a lot of these people that are really good singers and pretty, you know, they seem to be pretty accomplished, but these are like some basic fundamental things they still haven't figured out. And it is about feel. Okay, now I got into that because this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Plays and musicals.
And
Ready for this guy?
Yeah.
watch what the feel is that she starts with, and then she changes it.
Oh my goodness, if I could get that ticket, it would just make my day. Oh, it would make my year, make my life. Thank you.
She looks more like
So good.
someone that would be in plays and musicals and melodramas and stuff,
Like I Dream of Jeannie.
but not an
My name is
American
Colette
Idol.
Lush. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Orange County, California, and I'm a nanny. I love redheads. We're supposed to be extinct in 2030 and one time.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Like pure redheads?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be extinct.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're gonna die?
Well,
No, I'm kidding.
not me personally. You never know. But
I love red hair.
thank you.
Love it, love it. And your last name is Lush for real? That's your last name?
Yes.
Such a great name.
Thank you.
What are you gonna sing?
Today I'm going to be singing Who's Loving You by Jackson 5.
Cool.
Okay, here's the time. Watch. See, here's the change in. See, she didn't wait for the rest. She just went right into the next. Now they're geeking out on her. Okay, that was okay there. But a lot of that was just loose and not really in time. And I don't know why they're geeking out so much.
Hey, listen, redheads aren't going to be extinct in 2030 because everybody's going to try to run out of a redhead when they sing like that. I think you just gave hope to all redheads.
Okay, so I think the producers are high on her and they want her through. And
you showcase different sides.
I'm not thinking she's that great. But that's fine. I mean, she's okay. She's just not fantastic. Okay, let's just call it that. Okay.
It's like that's easy for you, right? That was easy. Yeah, that's easy for you. Like when you start pushing, I feel like Carrie Underwood walked in, probably how they felt when she walked into American. I'm serious. I have never.
All right. So anyway, we know they like her. She's okay. She's just not great. Now we've got another guitar playing girl. Tonight's been the night of pretty pop voices. We've got China. We've got this next girl coming up.
Do you think you can make it all the way to the finish line?
Avalon.
I think so too.
I love you, Colette.
And what Avalon does is she's just got a
I don't
really
think there's
unique
such thing as someone who
sound.
looks like a singer. I don't know. How do you look like a singer?
Okay, I like
People
she's
don't
just
really,
down to earth. She's real. A
expect
lot of people will
What they
like
hear
her.
when I start singing, I guess.
Let's see if she's got
This
enough
is
to
what it
last
is.
through
What you see is what you
Hollywood
get. And I don't
Week.
think the way I look affects the way my voice sounds.
What I like most about her is her
It's really
unique
the last
tone.
season of American Idol.
It
If
is
I don't make it
unique.
through today, there's not a
I
chance
really
for me to
like
come
it.
back. So
It'd be interesting to see
today
what the depth
has
is
to be
to
like
her.
my day.
How are you?
But I want to see if she can
It's
handle.
gonna literally be the longest day. I can't imagine how long your day has been.
You know
She
what?
really
It's been a good day
handle
because we've seen some really talented people.
digging
I bet,
deeper
I bet.
into
Let's
other
touch it
more
on your
epic
own.
This one
songs.
here?
Yeah.
It says, yes, the picture is changing every moment and your destination you don't know. I was named after a song, Avalon, Brian Ferry rocks music.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and those are the lyrics too.
What are you gonna sing?
I'm gonna sing EXO by Beyonce.
Your heart is blowing, yeah. And I'm crashing into you. Oh, baby, kiss me.
She's got a nice groove.
Oh, they turn the lights out.
There's a little bit of pulse there, right?
Let me lights out in the darkest night out.
Really cool tone.
Search through the crowd, yeah. Your face is all that I see. I'll give you everything, baby. Love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. And you can turn my lights out. I love you like XO. You love me like XO.
She's some that
Oh, you kill me, boy,
she's got a lot of basic, cool
and I'll give you
fundamentals
everything, baby. Love me lights.
that are. She's got her own little twist on things. I think it should be fun to work with.
play and they shouldn't. But you play to your.
She's got a great,
Thank you.
How old are you again?
I just turned 21 actually.
a
Yeah,
great
very
sense of
different
who she
voice,
is. I think.
Are you good with it?
Yeah. Oh, no, yes.
Okay.
So,
I think you're great.
I agree with
Keeps
them.
running through my mind. This is a great day for us.
Yeah?
It
Yes,
really
yes.
is.
I'm glad that they like
Yeah,
her.
it's like when I go on stage with people that are better than me, which never happens. I feel like people raise my game, and I feel like this competition will be a great thing for.
And this leads us to our next contestant. And we've got a guy that's got a real interesting,
My name is Usain Isong. I am 23 years old.
real
and I
interesting
live in
name.
Queens, New York. I actually do background acting. I've been on shows like Law and Order, Orange is the New Black.
Yusan
Bloods,
Isong.
in the background,
His
maybe check
his
out
last
Car
name is
Here in a
actually
restaurant.
ISONG. That's pretty
And
cool.
action.
I can't believe it's your last name.
So, you know, the guy's got some personality.
You don't really say much.
He's got a little bit of skills.
Okay, so give me your best.
I'm not going to say he's fantastic,
Background
but
acting. Pinky up. Oh,
he's okay. Let's listen to him.
there you go. Oh, now he's got a groove on.
Let's see what he's got going.
Got you. I love it, sweet J-Lo. Yeah.
Okay, they're casting for the show.
My name is Usain Ison.
Okay. What kind of name is
Definitely got a
My
great
parents are from
personality.
Nigeria. Okay. Yeah.
What are you going to sing today?
I am going to be singing Not the Only One by Sam Smith.
Okay.
I have loved you for many years. Baby, I am just not enough. You made me realize my teeth fear by lightning and tearing us up. You say I'm crazy, but you don't think I know what you've done.
They like this guy's personality for sure. And he's very Broadway, so I like the guy. He's good, but he's not going to work on the show. So he's a good R&B guy, but it's a little too Broadway, and I just don't see him. You know, there's been too many guys better than him at this. That Josh Leggett, that guy was so amazing, and to think that we haven't heard of him since, that's a travesty because he's fantastic. This guy's not that good. So the problem is, even though he's good, it's how good and are they good enough? So let's move on to our next contestant.
Why are you green?
Jackie Butler with It Will Rain. Again, they're casting. You know, we got to have the rock chick, edgy indie out there. Like, what's she doing on American Idol? This goes against the grain. Especially when it's kind of punkish. So the real question is she just another casting call interesting person, or does she really have talent? I'm afraid that I just didn't feel her talent.
It looks pretty crazy.
No, I'm digging it.
Thank you so much.
What's your name?
My name is Jackie Butler. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Rowlett, Texas.
Now, the fact that she's been living with the band for 6.5 years and she's only 19, that's scary.
It's my battle year, and we live together. We've been touring and traveling and everything together for 6.5 years.
And they're cool with you.
And she's 19, so that means when she was 12.
Pushed me to do it. They're waiting outside.
So, no, I don't know.
They do know.
Who am I to judge?
I will do It'll Rain by Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Let's hear how she does. See what
If
you think.
you ever leave me, baby, leave some more.
Okay, she's feeling. See how she's feeling the pulse?
Ooh, 'cause it would take a whole lot of
Nope. She skipped a beat. And now she skipped it there too. That drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. But anyway, they're losing the time. They kind of just change it for every phrase and readjust, and you got to learn how to feel it and keep the real pulse going.
Just like the clouds, my eyes will do the same. You walk away.
She's not finishing her phrases. She's kind of hurrying them up at the end and not really letting them sink in. She's not putting space there. So it's messing with the emotion. She's good, but that's the problem where she's not going to be able to go very much further, I'm afraid, okay? With all due respect. She's a good singer. She does deserve, I guess, to go to Hollywood Week, and she is unique. Do we think she can really go very far? No. I don't. So let's just move right on through. And now we've got another.
How's it going?
What's up?
Okay, they need the really pretty, dark hair. I mean, they haven't had anyone look like this girl. This girl's really striking, looks like a model.
I think this
Tall Latina, looks like she could be in a Miss Universe pageant. You know, very pretty. So let's find out, are they casting her for her looks? She does seem to be classy, you know, elegant.
My name is Stephanie Negrete.
Now we'll have to see if she can really sing.
But my family's from
Now,
Guanajuato.
I know,
Mexico,
I've
so
seen
it's like
this.
the heart,
I watched this.
right in the middle. Real Mexican.
She's got the
Real
same problem as the
Mexican.
redhead. See if you can see what I mean.
No?
Me either.
Ironically,
I never get
they're
tired.
singing the
I
same
like
song.
Every day.
So, see if she does the same thing with the time, and if her pocket's solid, and how soulful she is. So, give it a shot and see what you think.
Had you, I treated you bad and wrong.
See, she's singing phrases. She's not singing the song.
Since you've been away, don't you know
There's no sense of time at all. This is just a bunch of licks strung together. Now, I can see why the producers want her on the show. She's very easy on the eyes. She's going to get great ratings and reviews. You know, call her one of the hottest chicks maybe they've had on the show. But this is a disaster musically. She has very little musicianship in her. This is like calisthenics. And she missed that note real sharp.
Okay.
That was painful.
I wonder if you would have not thought about all the notes that you needed to hit and just thought about what you were saying, how that would have sounded.
I'll give J-Lo credit for this comment.
I didn't at all, and I felt like you were thinking about every single little word. And
These are good comments. Yeah, she was just way over-rehearsed, over-thought out. And the first thing you got to remember is...
Just about what I'm singing, I always sing so much better.
I'll tell you the good and the bad. You're among an incredibly talented group of singers. The good is that you right in there with them. And I would only hope that if you get voted through, that you would be really confident in exactly who you just saw.
I like you as a sum, in the sense that I like you, I like your vibe, I like your energy, and you got a good voice. While you were singing, I could see you singing out the songs.
I think you're a good singer.
Okay. Bottom line is, they're going to cast her on the show. They want her in here. And it's kind of interesting that there were a lot of Latinas, a lot of Latinos. And let's look at this last contestant tonight. Because again, this is the guy of all the people, of all 6 episodes, this is the last guy. So let's watch this and see if we can figure out what's going on.
Hello, how's it going? How about you? I'm doing fantastic. Great to see you, Art. Jennifer, you look beautiful.
Thank you,
Great.
sweetie. Thank
And
you.
you guys are
I put a lot of
awesome
time
today.
into it. What's your name?
So my name is Manny Torres. I'm currently in Chicago, born and raised in Flushing, Michigan. De la tierra de Boricua también, like yourself, you already know.
Okay, we got to watch this whole thing, so I'll let you I won't say anything from it. Boricua, Puertorriqueño.
He made the trip out to surprise me.
I bought some adobo from Goya today. That's my tribute to being Boricua.
The most exciting
I'm
thing
part
about this day
Boricua.
is probably getting to sing in front of J-Lo.
Not really, but
Especially since Puerto Rican. Oh my goodness.
I'm just Puerto Rican, but I lived with Puerto
Jennifer's
Ricans for a while, and I got to know them really well, and I felt like I was.
I'm definitely going to be hitting up who I have to
Great
be
food,
a backup
great
dancer, backup singer, or whatever she needs, you know? Oh, it's all in the hips. Oh, I'm going to just move them exactly. Once she sees the rhythm, it's a done deal from there. She's going to know. Rhythm, the vocals, the whole energy, the feel. All right. Jennifer Lopez hands me that golden ticket. I probably will grab her hand along with it and probably not let go. I'm just kidding.
Well, don't let us down. What are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing This Love by Maroon 5.
Okay.
Oh, 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 oh. I was so high I did not recognize the fire burning in her eyes, the chaos that controlled my mind. Whispered goodbye as she got on a plane, never to return again, but always in my heart. Whoa.
Bottom line is,
ready?
He's great.
Oh, man. Awesome.
Digging you. No, it just sounds
Okay.
great. You just sound great. And
So
your
bottom
whole
line
kind of
is,
performance energy is so present.
is he the guy?
And joyous, and there's just a lot going on.
Does he meet
Lots to love
the
there.
standard
Pretty
that
much.
American Idol
I don't want to
is
hear
looking
another
for?
song, and that's a really high compliment.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Within
And
milliseconds.
I'm going to
You
say
understand what
they
somebody's
really
about,
like
you
this guy.
understand so much about who.
This guy seems extremely polished. What's interesting is he's another worship leader. Now, obviously with them putting him in what they call, excuse my language, the pimp spot, you know, the closing spot, that should be the most memorable audition, you know, the last one. That's the one the show wants you to remember. Okay, I think they're high on this guy. They want to see him do well. I do think he could be the next bookend. You know, this guy's really, really, really good. So let's do a quick review and see what we got going on. Is this in fact going to be the best season ever? What have we got to deal with? And will they meet this standard?
Congratulations to every one of you making it this far. But the pressure really is just getting started.
So here we go.
Yes, it's time for American Idol's infamous group round.
It's Hollywood Week.
We're going to ask you guys to break up into 3 or 4, in a group of 3 or 4.
This is
It's
what we're
totally
going to be
up to
seeing
you to choose
starting
your choreography, your
right away.
styling, your song,
Tonight,
everything's
tomorrow.
up to you guys. But make sure you do enough to stand out.
Right now, your fate is in our hands.
There's some really good
And I
previews
think
you
I
can
speak
click on.
behalf of my two
If you go to the American
incredibly
Idol site,
talented,
click on a couple of the
incredibly experienced
previews of Hollywood Week.
co-judges up here.
I've got them up here on the. If you look on the
Y'all
back
people
here,
are real. This is a competition. What do y'all really want? Tomorrow,
okay.
when you show
Notice
up,
over here,
be
there's
ready to
4 or
work, ready to
5
give it all. I said
little
it
mini
before.
auditions.
Y'all got to lay it out.
We've got this Jessica Cabral again, who we heard tonight for the first time. And I really like her. Like, she's fantastic.
I'm actually at Hollywood Week. Knowing that it was the last season, I knew I had to be a part of American Idol. I knew that I couldn't just let it pass me by.
Can she make it through Hollywood Week? Okay, this guy, you know, interesting guy. Remember, there was something bugged me about him in the original audition. But he's got a great look. All the girls, all the women are going to love this guy. I mean, he looks like he's ready. He looks really good. Meaning, for where he's going, for this direction, he's good enough. You know, he doesn't have to be a master musician to go that style. Okay, and who else do we have? Oh, we've got our little cowboy princess girl, the 15-year-old who.
It's where all of the winners shined, and this is my moment to shine and show America what I can do. Well, I'm just saying I ain't got nowhere to be, so baby I'll take whatever it is you got to give. Yeah, 'cause I'm calling death.
She's rushing her phrases a little bit. This is something that it's interesting that a lot of singers don't realize what that is.
15 years of it.
She's not in time with there's not a good pocket. She's got chops, but it's out of control. I hear this kind of thing a lot. It's just a little out of control. It's not quite going to work. Okay, so we've seen those two girls. They're both the longtime fans, parent
Hello,
fans.
YouTube. Subscribe on American
And then let's see who this other guy.
Just click right.
This is the guy that I remember was really impressive. What, the second episode? Trent Harmon, I think is his name.
like waiting. Oh no, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you're gonna. That's fine.
Okay, you know what? Okay.
Phone call to get 20 minutes before you sing.
Part of this game of Idol is how do you deal with being sick.
You need to.
Boy, have we learned that lesson well from Star Search and then this.
It sucks.
And
sorry guys, I'm feeling bad.
this is where you find out what people are made out of, because it really is tough. I really admire this guy. Just he's being real honest here.
I'm doing my best to maintain. My voice has just gotten weaker and weaker.
Boy, this is going to be tough. I feel for this guy.
I'm freaking out. But, you know, I gotta push through it.
That's the attitude. Heart.
Told me not to cry when you were gone.
Nice.
The feelings overwhelming is much too strong. Can I
Freddie Mercury. Great control. He changed the shape of the note while he was holding it. That's hard to do. Yeah, a lot of emotional depth there. That was very good. Very, very good. All right, so I think that's going to give us the little preview that we wanted to see for Hollywood Week.
Hello, YouTube.
And here's where the real excitement begins, because believe it or not, this is where there's other factors that come into play that make the game of American Idol not just a singing competition. You know, I remember one of the things that was funny is a couple times, you know, I remember they would have situations where contestants had some concerns behind the scenes. And they'd say, well, it's just, this is a singing competition. It's like, no, this isn't a singing competition. It isn't. This is a popularity contest, and it's an endurance contest. Because most people just don't have it in them to do this many good songs one week after another. And in just endurance-wise, you just run out of steam, and then you just don't know what to do, and then your songs just never quite get to the level of your previous songs. And I guarantee you're going to see that happen during Hollywood Week. The other thing is, everything has just been you pretty much. You get to Hollywood Week, and all of a sudden you've got to learn how to collaborate and get along with people and figure out how to make the best of things when you know you don't have time to do a really good job in this thing that you're trying to do. And you've got different levels of interest. So, I mean, this is a huge issue where some people just crack under the pressure of dealing with these other people, and this is important because these are characteristics that you need to be successful in this business. And that is, you've got to learn how to be resilient and to work through difficult situations that you don't foresee. Because a lot of this business, you know, very few people know what's coming before they get there. And so you really are improvising, and you have to be spontaneous and wing it and know how to adjust and figure this stuff out. All right. Hope everybody's excited for Hollywood Week and the rest of the season. I'm having fun. Again, I appreciate everyone's patience in watching through, those of you that feel this is worthwhile. And again, if you have any people who you know that want to get really good at music, I'd recommend that they look at some of these. Also, I am planning on putting up the videos that I've referenced in the past, and I've started working on them, and I haven't finished them, but I'm going to have them up in the next couple weeks. And what these are going to be are just really good overviews of what your mindset needs to be as you're starting to move forward and preparing to have a shot at a career. You know, it's like what kind of preparation is going on in your mind, and you know, what are the things that you should focus on and worry about doing. And just kind of how all this stuff comes together as you start to create an image and then figure out how to market it and develop it, and then what you do with your music and how you decide what your sound is going to be, and the kind of vibe and lyrics and all that. So there's a lot to designing who you are musically. And also there's a lot to this as a listener, as an audience member, and a supporter of music. And that is, again, learning how to listen and recognize and really be able to feel the joy when people do it right and really connect with the depth of what the music is allowing. So, let's have some fun. It's been a pleasure. Talk to you soon.